I originally wasn't going to make this video, right? I wasn't. I truly wasn't. I was withholding the anger inside me, right? The demon inside me, to just wait a few more days before I make a video on Cerydra. So you know what I did? I ordered honey garlic boneless wings, and I have a community post on my channel around nearly an hour ago, right, anticipating this delicacy. They made me wait an entire hour when the original expected time was 15 minutes. Okay, right, that's okay. 1 hour later, I receive my food. I'm ready to dig into some honey garlic wings. Right. The chicken's raw. The chicken is completely fucking pink, and the skin is as fucking chewy as rubber, right? So, we are here today to do a final thoughts on Cerebra V5 after my order got fucked up, right? The reason I'm making this video is because in the last video where I slander V5 Cerebra and my, expert analysis of the new kit info that came out literally, minutes prior, I said, even though the additional damage does justify her having self-buffing traces, it's incredibly underwhelming, and I see it being a less than 5% overall increase for Phanon. And this ended up being true. Apparently, according to calcs, this additional damage makes like a 2% difference for Phanon. And the funniest part is that this becomes worse with investment. So I'm assuming like an E2S1 Phanon that is doing noticeably more damage and more turns, it's probably more like 1%, right? So basically, this additional damage addition to her kit does literally nothing for increasing Phanon's overall performance. Wow. Truly the buff of all time. Right now, I still think it's a W that she just became slightly more general, allowing Anoxa to have her as a more solidified best in slot. But for Phanon specifically, which she already had issues with because of how underwhelming she was, it didn't really get any changes at all. So now Cerydra isn't any better with Phanon, only better with Anoxa, but she is worse for Anoxa than she is for Phanon, right? So the argument I've always been using of if you have Tribute Robin, go for E1 is even more prevalent for Anoxa, because unlike Phanon, who's already oversaturated on attack, Anoxa loves it, right? Anoxa absolutely loves getting as much attack percent and attack buffs as possible. So Robin at base is already better value for a Anoxa compared to a Phanon, but add on top of this E1 Robin and it's just a no-brainer. If you own either of these two and you're already running them with your Anoxa, it's just better to wait for either or's reruns, cop the E1, and bam, right? There you go, that's finished, and you now have a noticeably stronger Anoxa than if you were to pull E0S0 Cerydra, right? Plus, you have Cyrene upcoming, there's also that option, right? Anoxa doesn't have a territory like Phanon or Cassie does, so this means Anoxa would be able to use Cyrene, and if she is like a team-wide action advancing true damage support, there is a very solid chance that this could make her near the same level as Cerydra, if not even better, right? Now that is a little questionable because considering what they did to Ceredra's last beta, I don't know if they plan to really make Cyrene that broken as a generalist, but you never know, right? We've seen it with Robin, we've seen it with especially, you know, the talk of the town Tribby. There's no reason why they wouldn't be able to do this for someone as important as Cyrene, especially since her, you know, leaked sales expectations is S plus, right? The first support in the game's history to have an S plus ranking for sales. So they are probably going to be completely shilling you know, Cyrene in the story for the next few patches up until her release, making people fall in love with her and really want her. I don't think anyone could have S plus sales expectations if they were only made to be best in slot with one team like some people are saying, that being March 7th. That just wouldn't make sense. It's much more likely that this is a Sunday Ruan May situation. Ruan May benefits Break but is still incredibly general. Sunday benefits Summons but is still incredibly general. It would apply the exact same to Cyrene, right? So that is all I have to say. Cerydra V5 is just, if not slightly more underwhelming than I originally said in my last video when I first saw the kit leaks. I truly just don't know what's going through these devs' heads. However, I swear to fucking God, if they put this bullshit ass synergy where Dan Heng's summon and Phaenon's ult moving, because there's a leak that the summon and Phaenon move in tandem, meaning the summon will attack every time Phaenon attacks. That's 7 turns at E0, whatever blah 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 turns at E2, right? If the summon can give Phaenon chest stacks, I will fucking lose my mind. We already have a support who is completely reliant on being best in slot for 1 DPS. I do not need a sustain to actually make Cerydra worth pulling for. Please do not pull this bullshit, Hoyo. Keep in mind, guys, Dan Heng and March's beta is not that far. In fact, their drip markets are in less than a week, and their beta is in like 20 days, if not less. So we are very close to being able to see what Dan Heng can offer for Phaenon's team. If he has some bullshit synergy with Cerydra like this, I will lose it, right? Love you all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Take care and peace out. So it seems that there is 7 seconds left on the video until it hits 8 minutes. So stick with me here. Thank you for watching once again, and goodbye.